So blob is right here, my sprite. Dot position, CCP, 240 by 160. So I'm just hard coding it in right now just to place it in the center of the screen. And then add blob to screen, so self, add child blob, and then return self. Alright, so as you can see in my game scene, I haven't done really anything here. I just want to throw a sprite in there to see if I can get to animate. And it's actually going to be a really cool effect when I show it to you. It looks pretty neat. It's going to be very clean and crisp, and it's only taking a few lines of code right there. And now, if I wanted to move my blob, I just take blob and change its position based on whatever method I am for moving them around. So, let's take a look at this sprite sheet here. Obviously, way over my time for a YouTube video, but let's take a look at this because I think this is important. So, I have here under resources, I have my blob. I have my blob PNG, which is all my different blob guys on the list here. There's 24 of them. Right, so a bunch of different frames for that animation. Excuse me. And then my plist is going to be sort of like an XML file. So my textures as an overall width and height for that PNG file right here. Then it goes into the frames, and this is the cool part. So see all these frames, this is what we're calling our animation. So we replace the 1, 2, 3. So if I went to frame 1, it gives it all the information you need to animate this using Cocos2d. So we have the X and the Y based on the sheet. We have the width and the height of the particular frame image. We have the offset X and Y, so this is the first one, so it should be in the top left-hand corner. So it's 0, 0. Original width is 133, original height 150. So, and it just goes through and does that for each one. So this is what sort of tells the code the information about each image in this PNG, or which creates each frame. And then it just siphons through and says here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and it just runs through each one creating the image. So let's take a look at what this looks like so far. So I'm just going to build and run. So I'm just going to save all these. Hopefully no errors come up. Yep, except for one. So this is what happens when you launch Cocos application. You can see there's that Cocos main image that pops
It's
up.
9 o'clock.
And then it's 9 o'clock, everyone, just so you know. So then we have my menu here. So my menu was being created from, let's just see here, right here, menu scene. So there's my menu. So let's look at it here. So here's where I said new game. This is new game. If you click on it, it has a little built-in animation where it just zooms, just scales up a little bit, and then it transitions over to my game scene, which right now only has this sprite. So as you can see, the sprite's bobbling up and down here, blinking his eyes, as per the animation and the different frames. And I'll just keep going. It's pretty smooth and fluid animation. Looks pretty good to me, in my opinion. And that's about all I've done today. So within, I think I worked about 2 hours this afternoon after work on this, and got that to work. So I got the menu. Let's go back here, see if you can see you launch it. You got the Cocos2d. It flips to landscape automatically. I'll have a menu that's aligned in the center. If I had more, it would be vertically aligned. I click on it, there's a transition, which I'm not entirely happy with, but it's good for now. I'll just flip over, transition into this scene. It's hard to tell because it's just black background, but and then the animation right here, so the sprite. So if I were to go through and just close it, cancel that, if I go in here, and obviously this could be updated with any means we wanted, but if I were going to do 160, build and go, and we'll run that up here, and he'll just be moved over to this part of the screen. So I just moved him from over here to over here. So obviously we can hook that up. Eventually I think I might have a joystick here that when I move the joystick it moves his position based on wherever the joystick movement is. And that's how we're going to do that. Obviously I'm not going to use this blob guy, but at least I have this set up so that when my image goes in, I can just replace this plist in PNG with my image, and I'll have an animated sprite. And I can use that for my player and my enemies. Alright, so that's that. One more thing though, just in case anyone's wondering how I created that plist, I might as well show everyone. Okay, this is the website where I got the information for him. So it happened to be the only one that I found dealing with something like that. So as you can see, we managed to get that same effect. I had to make a few different changes in this code. It wasn't really working properly. But what I wanted to show you is how we make the sheet. So this is the website for making your PNG. So what I'm going to do is just delete this. Right, so we come here, it's, I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's zwoptx.zwopple.com, and I'll put that on my blog. And this is a free tool, and you just come here and this is what you get, and all you do is you just file, import images. So where is this? Downloads. I have my images here, so I'm just going to grab them all 24 of them. Select those images. Excuse me. And it sticks it all in here. What it does right off the bat is, it trims all the images to be the smallest that they can be. So in my case, I had them set up, or I got them off the internet there, set up so that they're perfectly in a square and they're all lined up properly. So what I want to do is just select all, they're all stacked on top of each other here, and untrim, so that this is the typical size of each square. So that's what I wanted. The center point is what's being put onto my app here, somewhere around there where my arrow is. So ideally this sprite would have a better trim on it, a more rectangle trim, and its center point in the center of the sprite more, so it actually displays a little bit more clear. But for now this is fine, so I just what did I do? Untrim all of that. Once that's done, you go over to arrange, and I'm going to arrange by name and width. Since I untrimmed it, all the widths are going to be the same, and now when it arranges it, since the widths are the same, it's going to go on the order of the names. So it'll say image 1, image 2, image 3, all in the right order. So if I do that, it throws it in all in the right order here. And from there, it's pretty simple. Now that you have that, and you can do this for your tile sheets, for all your separate tiles, for making your tile map, for any sprites that you have, anything that's going to deal with a sprite sheet or a tile sheet. You can throw all your images in here and it's going to automatically arrange them like this. We can arrange to have spacing on them so that they're spaced out a little bit more, but this is fine. However you do arrange them though, you'll want to create the PNG for the entire scene here, and you'll also want to create the coordinates, which was that sort of XML plist file which showed what each image name was and the coordinates, the width and height for each one. So first thing you do is export the texture. So this is blog.png, save it to wherever you want. That creates your PNG file. And then right here is export coordinates, and this creates your plist file. So there you go, it's that simple. And a lot of people question how you do this kind of stuff, and it's very, very easy actually. Considering I've only been working on Xcode a couple of days, and actually I found that quite easy. The thing I'm going to find quite hard is doing my tile map and my parallax background and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, that's that. So if you have any questions, please comment. If I'm going to try and break this up onto 2 videos for YouTube. How much time am I here? It's going to be 3 videos for YouTube. And please subscribe to those videos. I'm going to go through each step. Hopefully you liked how we did this and I taught you something here. And if there's anyone out there that knows what they're doing, please come over to my blog or comment on YouTube with any suggestions throughout these tutorials to make sure that I'm doing things properly, or if there's a better way of doing something, please let me know. Okay, so I'm going to try and make a video for day 2. This is the end of day 1. Not too sure what I'm going to do tomorrow yet, but we'll find out. Alright, see you later.